Hello, and welcome back to the Pressbox. I'm Nathan LaPierre.
I'm Brenton Randolph.
And I'm Matt Newman.
So, starting off with some Mason sports, of course, we got to talk to you about the basketball team. And, we recently suffered some difficult defeats to Fordham and Rhode Island. I was at the Fordham game, and I cried a little bit, and I died a little inside. And I'm tired of losing to Fordham, because it just shouldn't happen.
What are we, 0-3 against Fordham since joining the A10?
I think 0-4 now.
Whoa. I think
Let's
it's
not
only
go that far.
I think it's
Okay.
only 0-3.
Calm down.
I think it's only 0-3.
We lost to
Because
them
we lost to them once last year in Fordham, then we played them in the tournament last year, and then we just lost to them at George Mason. So they've beaten us basically everywhere, but I think that's only 3.
That's good. They've beaten us everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why they have our number. I mean, it's not like they're like any...
And they shot really well, to be fair. It's not like we just played terrible. Like, they shot like 60% from the three-point line or something ridiculous like that. That one freshman was on point.
But part of that is some of those shots were wide open, though.
Yeah, a lot of them were. But still, I mean, that's still a good... that they were hitting everything, to be fair.
And we were not.
And we were not. Siobhan was good.
Like always.
Like always.
As per usual, yeah.
Siobhan pulled it down.
Yep. I know he's watching this, so thank you.
Thank you, Siobhan.
Yeah, and Rhode Island obviously is just a very good team, so that was a tough part of our schedule.
Yeah, we got battered by the Rams. There's my terrible pun for the day.
Really?
I'm done. I'm done after that.
You didn't even say that after the VCU game. You could have said that then.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
They're
it was
both
only
Rams.
it
He
was
was
only
waiting
one
for the
Rams
right
team.
Yeah.
We played 2 Rams teams in a row and we lost.
Yeah.
Battered by the Rams.
I will say, Jared Terrell, we're coming for you. He was the player on URI. He told us to shut up after he made a shot.
Disgraceful. It's disgraceful.
Not very nice, Jared. And we'd let you know about it. So we will see you next year.
We're gonna find your Twitter and we're gonna
I
send
already
you the link
found
to
your
this
Twitter.
episode.
We should. Jared Terrell, we're coming for you.
All right. So,
And in a fan perspective, not actually like any threat,
Yeah.
yes.
but like next
Of course.
time you come here, it's gonna be
We're
rough.
pacifists here on the press box. All right, so that's a good wrap on Mason basketball before we get too angry.
I don't know. I'm still mad at you. Okay, I'll let you go.
I'm gonna let
And
it go.
so maybe we can move on to pro sports and we can put the past behind us here. Recently the NBA trade deadline passed. Thoughts on that? Big moves.
Oh man,
a lot of moves.
There were just so many; it was hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one, probably the easiest one to track, was Goran Dragic going to the Heat.
Mm-hmm. Of
But
course, the Heat
that
are
was
still a
one
big.
that-
Don't forget about his brother.
And Zoran. You're right.
Zoran.
You're right.
Zoran.
We got both of them, and we gave up what 2 first-rounders and Danny Granger. Not terrible, but that's a little much.
Yeah.
It's a little steep.
Especially for someone who they knew was gonna leave.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a
Yeah.
lot to give
I
up
mean,
to
that's-
someone.
Yeah.
That's basically banking on them signing him long-term and him
Yeah.
being good.
They can hope, but they're not very good this year, so they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna be able to keep him back.
And they lost Chris Bosh.
They
too,
lost
for the
Chris
season.
Bosh. That was very sad.
That's rough.
With the blood clots.
Get well, Chris.
Yeah. So I don't even think they're going to be any better because you take away Chris Bosh, you add
I don't know.
Dragic.
Anytime you get Mario Chalmers off the court, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know, but who's coming in for Bosh?
Well, I mean, we still have Sam Whiteside, but that's about
Well,
it.
he's
when you talk about-
playing well, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. And
But I mean, when you talk about like stretching out the 4 spot, that's what the Heat like to do, and they can't do that anymore.
actually, you had the whole kind of like lower echelon of the East there making a lot of moves with Detroit getting Reggie Jackson from the Thunder.
Who was very thankful to be traded away.
He was thankful. He wanted to start. It's kind of like James Harden, although I don't think he's going to have a Harden-like impact. But Celtics got Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
So lots of teams making moves down in the trying to get in those like sad little 7 and 8 seeds in the East.
I mean, there's some big teams that made moves.
And there were some big teams that made moves. Yeah.
Like our Wizards getting Raymond Sessions. I don't know much of
Yeah,
those.
so I understand what they were doing there, right? You have Andre Miller. He's a solid player. He's not going to mess anything up. But you kind of felt like when John Wall came out, you lost all the explosiveness in the offense. And Sessions is still relatively young, but also experienced. Still has a lot of speed. and kind of brings a lot of that energy we're hoping. And he's having a down year, but he's shown he can score in the past. So I see that's what we're hoping for, a little more scoring and explosiveness.
And he costs less.
And he costs less, and we have him next year too for $2 million, which is a pretty good price, I think, for him. And of course, the big one was Brandon Knight getting dealt.
Yeah, that was.
And Michael Carter-Williams going to the Bucks. Brandon Knight going to the Suns.
Yeah, that was one of the more
Sixers getting
curious
picks.
ones. Yeah, the Sixers getting picks, but I mean, if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, I was curious as to why you would trade Brandon Knight, considering he's been playing out of his mind all year long.
Right.
I mean, going to Phoenix and all that good stuff. I would have thought that they would just kind of invest in him, considering that they're pretty much solidly in the playoffs, given how bad the rest of the East is. They've got like a 7.5 game
They're
lead
good, yeah.
at the 6th spot. So I was surprised to see that one, but when you get Michael Carter-Williams, that kind of softens the blow a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I would expect them to still make the playoffs.
I don't know why
Oh,
the
they'll
76ers...
they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're still
But-
make the playoffs. It was just interesting to see because you would have thought they'd kind of ride Brandon Knight as far as he
Right,
could go.
He's having a breakout year. Yeah.
I don't know why Philly got rid of Michael Carter-Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He was like their only
It was their only hope.
their only notion of goodness in that entire abysmal mess that is Philadelphia right now.
Well, right, you're trying to get all these draft picks because you want to draft a bunch of young talent, right? Well, you just did. He just won Rookie of the Year. You just got the young talent you were hoping for, and then you deal them away to get more picks. At some point, you have to get actual players. You have to have a team. You can't just draft a new team every year. So,
I don't know. Man.
I don't
They're
get
going
it.
the Kentucky route.
Yeah. They could just get the entire Kentucky graduating class, the Philadelphia Wildcats.
Yes, it's gonna happen. You heard it here first. Kentucky and
Kentucky.
Kentucky and
Yeah,
Philadelphia. They have some sort of link
Just
going
gonna
on.
graduate them to the NBA. Just let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so I don't get it. So yeah,
And then Aaron Aflalo going to the. I said his name right because he corrected me.
Flalo, yep.
Going to the
I almost forgot about that one, but yeah, that would be important too.
That could be.
Because I mean, Batum's having a down year.
He is.
So-
Do you think? I feel isn't Aflalo usually play shooting guard?
shooting
though?
guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wes Matthews is having a good year, but I think having that good score and touch off the bench will
Yeah.
help. They're trying to have their sort of Dion Waiters equivalent for the Thunder, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he can double as a small forward too, though, just in case. So
He
either
could.
way, he's still
kind of
coming
in
off the bench.
betweener. Yeah.
But
Right.
it works both ways. So I think that's a pretty nice versatile player that they got.
I agree. Aflalo's a good player. So
Can't forget about KG.
KG going back to Minnesota. Yep.
Anything is possible. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
And you would think, so everyone thinks he's just going there to retire, but I heard there have been rumors, from league sources that I got that that they're actually going to try to sign KG to another 2-year deal. So,
Oh man.
he's doing all right though for the limited minutes. It's interesting. So at least he's not going to hopefully cost him $20 million like your boy Kobe.
Your boy Kobe.
No one said he was my boy. I call him Machine Gun.
Okay,
Kobe,
yeah.
you know.
It was just
All them
Your
shots.
boy.
it was just like anyone.
Yeah,
like,
I know. I got it. I got
It's
it.
not all about you, Brenton. No.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. So that's interesting, and the Timberwolves are terrible this year, but they have had a lot of injuries, so they're definitely hoping to raise some young talent. Of course, Andrew Wiggins,
Zach LaVine.
but Zach LaVine, and
That is true.
you
Maybe
have Ricky Rubio is still young. Yeah,
Dunk contests on fleek.
you have Kevin Martin and Pekovic. You have a core to build around, so could be interesting. Could be a team to watch in the future.
So who do we
Like
think is the biggest
distant
winner?
future.
Biggest winner. Boy, I don't know. There wasn't any one team that I thought. I think Thunder. The Thunder, I think, had a successful move. They had to get rid of Reggie Jackson, or he was gonna throw a hissy fit.
Right.
They already have a good backup guard in Dion Waiters. They got
Enes
Cantor, which is what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Had I saw this on ESPN. He had the first 20-10 game for the franchise since 1996. I think that's including the Supersonics.
what?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay.
20-10, yeah.
There's no way that's true.
Wait.
Durant has definitely done that.
No, from the center position.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
sorry.
I was like,
Okay.
Durant's definitely done that.
No, okay.
Russ has gotten triple doubles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Pressbox
From the-
controversy clear.
From the center position.
Well, they've had Perkins for the last billion years, and they got rid of him too, so that's a win.
Oh, God.
Sorry,
Please.
Kendrick. Sorry.
Sorry, Percolator. We love you here. We love you.
You cannot
here.
talk about dinosaurs like that.
Yeah, but Cantor, I think, is a big addition, finally stabilizing that position. With him and Steven Adams, I think they're good at center. They still have Surge, so
Surge. I love Surge.
My man, Surge.
Surge
Yeah,
and
so
Blocker.
I think they're a big winner. I gotta give props to my Celtics because I think it was a good. I think it was a good move, right? Okay, they had to. Marcus Thornton was his last year of his contract was almost certainly going to leave. They had to get rid of a first rounder, but it was from the Cavs, so likely mid-20s picks, if not later.
It's not going to be a pick that.
So and Thomas they have on a pretty good deal. He's on a 4-year, $27 million contract, decreasing every year. This is a guy who's averaged 20 points a game in the past. In the first game for the Celtics, he got more than 20. So obviously at 5'9", there are some defensive limitations, but I think just for the offensive firepower and the bargain deal and the continuity of having him for the next few years, I think it's a good deal. Any other winners or losers?
For me, I mean, there weren't any breakout winners per se.
Right.
But I mean, when you look at the Phoenix Suns getting Brandon Knight, that kind of does damage control for losing both Dragic and Isaiah Thomas. It's going to be interesting though to see how he and Eric Bledsoe sort of mesh together. I'm not entirely sure on how that'll work out. I think it'll be okay.
Didn't they get another guard though too? They kind of got. I thought they got into another sort of 3-guard situation, and I was like, "Why are you doing this?" I don't know. I don't know if I consider them winners or losers. They kind of just rotated. They replaced Dragic with Brandon Knight, and then ditched Dragic. They were like, "Yeah, we got the better. We got the better of the guards."
That's like, well, I mean, Brandon Knight is having the.
He's having a very good year, but they screwed over Dragic by making him not play at his native position and have to rotate when he was clearly their best player over the last 3 years. So I don't know. I think we all agreed that the 76ers are losers.
Yeah.
Keep your rookie of the year if you want young talent. None of us get it. Nobody gets it. So.
Yeah, Portland getting Aflalo is like a winner, but not a big winner too.
It's a winner.
So
that's a winner.
It's a solid gain. It's like you win one bet and then you just stop. You don't go any further. Just like,
I still
I'm
feel
gonna stay
like
right here.
I still feel like the Cavaliers are the biggest trade winners. Getting Mozgov and Shumpert and J.R. Smith.
No, well, Mozgov, that was a while ago.
I know,
it was a
but
while ago,
still.
but yeah, they had to do it because
and it's working.
I feel like when you have LeBron, you just automatically get some people.
Yeah.
I feel like he's their GM half the time.
you get what you need when you have LeBron.
LeBron, I'm coming to play with you next.
But you're right; those additions helped. They definitely helped. So.
And got Raymond Sessions. Winner of this is the Wizards.
We're the biggest winners. I think it's not a bad move. I understand.
Another small winner.
This is a small winner. A small winner. Yeah.
Even though I will miss Andre.
I think we just declared like 2/3 of the team's winners. Small winners.
It's like, whatever.
It just worked out for everyone.
The Pistons
pretty well.
Pistons win getting Reggie Jackson.
Well, but they also got rid of Augustine, Singler.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, I think Reggie Jackson's better than Augustine just because bringing more size to the position brings a little more defensive ability.
All right.
And they got rid of Singler. I don't know if there were any other changes. Maybe I don't know. I'm just gonna call that neutral.
I feel like the NBA is the winner.
Because we're talking about them.
Yes.
When you have the press box talking about you, you know everyone's paying attention to the league. So.
Yep. We're up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Adam Silver's watching this right now. So
yeah. He better be.
You're welcome, Adam. Glad we could help.
Do you want to talk about the Combine a little bit?
There was the NFL Combine. Yeah. Any thoughts on the NFL Combine?
Oh crap! What was his name?
Danny Shelton.
Danny Shelton. Yes,
big
that guy.
boy. 340 pounds.
340 pounds.
Big boy.
A higher vertical than Jameis Winston. Yes, that was impressive.
You heard it here first. Hopefully. If you didn't, I understand.
But he also failed to strip the football from Ball Boy. So you got the highs and the lows for the
up and down
guy.
Combine for Danny there.
I will say,
man.
I think Jameis Winston probably secured his first round.
That's what people are saying.
There are some people that were comparing him to Peyton Manning, which
okay, let's calm down there.
That's going far.
That's
going far.
He's a better thrower than Andrew Luck. I was like,
let's calm down there.
This is going.
But I do. Okay, well, first of all, I do think everyone overrated Andrew Luck. They made him sound like he was automatically going to be the next Joe Montana. And as it turns out, when you're a rookie throwing a lot of touchdowns, you also throw a lot of picks. But anyways, I wouldn't start making those comparisons with Winston. I think the general consensus is he looked better, and maybe I agree. But I think he showed more arm strength than Mariota.
He's got more off the field issues.
He has some off the field issues.
Yeah, a lot of off the field issues.
He had a lot of off the field issues.
Yeah,
probably worse than Manziel's. But I think he's
definitely worse.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you're accused of what he was accused of and found, doing, the stupid stuff he did.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Yeah, the crab legs incident.
It's pretty bad.
The student union building incident.
Oh, yeah. Especially after what he was accused of, and then that.
Yeah.
And then, what was it? Didn't he steal soda or something like that?
Yeah, he's done.
It's a bunch of...
What they have to decide is whether he's... just generally an idiot or just immature. And they're hoping that he's just immature. He's 20, 21, and that he'll grow out of it.
You also have to decide whether these sorts of incidents are behind him or not.
Right. Will he grow out of it? Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 20 and I wouldn't steal a bunch of that, do all that stuff. So at some point the immaturity argument starts to lose weight. It's not like he's 12. So I don't know.
And, crab legs? That's really, what you wanted to steal? Whatever. I'm not going to go into Wegmans. Shout out to Wegmans. Best store around.
It is a good store.
But I'm not going to go into Wegmans and steal a bunch of crab. I didn't watch the video. Did he, stuff them in his pocket?
I didn't see.
That's nasty.
Who knows how he's going to try and get away with that? But.
Yeah. That's sad. As good as Wegmans is, you can't do that. You can't do that to Wegmans.
Wegmans, no, Pressbox supports you.
We support Wegmans.
Yes. Now endorse us back.
Yeah, and now people are saying maybe not the quarterbacks are not even the most talented players. Might be Leonard Williams.
Oh yeah.
So
was that
he's a defensive end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? It should be an interesting draft. It could really be several people who could go number one, even though people are saying Winston probably gonna get it.
I think it's gonna be Jameis.
It probably will be, but you never know.
I think Mariota's gonna slide.
He could. You never know. Yeah, well, the Titans have an interesting situation, whether or not how they feel about Mettenberger.
Yeah.
I don't think Mettenberger's going anywhere, personally.
But they do, apparently.
Well, I don't know. They've said some mixed things.
I mean, when you consider how dreadful the Titans' offense was last year, it's just you have to have weapons around your quarterback, or else they're not going to be successful anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And then where does Mariota drop to? Because some people are saying number 6 to the Jets. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I'm really hoping that he'll drop to 5 to the Redskins. I'm not saying I don't want to draft.
Whoa!
I don't want to draft him. I want to trade. I want to trade back.
I see what you're saying.
The Browns have 2 first-round picks.
Still scheming.
Scheming on the low.
Stay scheming.
Shout out to my boy Drake. He's not my boy Drake.
Yeah.
I'm not DeMonte, so.
Yeah.
But I could seriously see that being a thing, because I know the Browns want.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
The Browns are they've already said that they're trying to get a starting quarterback. They don't trust Manziel.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
Hoyer.
They don't trust either of them.
I think Hoyer's all right, but
yeah, I feel like Hoyer.
He doesn't have the potential. You're never seeing Hoyer as a 40 touchdown passer.
Yeah, but even he, was it last year? Didn't he throw more interceptions than touchdowns?
Well, yeah, because he was doing fine, and they were 6-3.
Yeah, they were.
And they would have been 7-2 if they hadn't lost to the Jags somehow. But he kind of forced their hand by throwing all those picks. There were 3 straight games where he had 0 touchdowns and 8 picks. So he kind of forced their hand, and of course they wanted to see Manziel. They saw him. They didn't like what they saw. So now they're in a tough position.
The funny part about that is they threw a rookie out there with 3 games to go with the chance to get to the playoffs. They're like, okay, get him to the playoffs. There's no way. It's never gonna happen.
Especially when he's addicted to everything.
Manziel was set up to fail. But
what did you say?
When he's addicted to everything.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what. He's in rehab right now.
Yeah. He's addicted to everything.
Whatever he's addicted to.
But you don't hope for someone to go, it was an 8 for 30 or whatever. Abysmal start. That's awful.
Wasn't he playing against Buffalo though?
Okay, Buffalo's a good defense, but you still don't want to. You still don't want to go 8 for 30.
It was bad. It was bad.
That's really bad.
You had it where people were trying to be nice because Troy Aikman was saying, well, at least he wasn't as bad as me in my first start. That's when you know you were awful.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Troy Aikman was pretty good. So.
Yeah, he was. I'm just saying his first start.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I seriously I see a situation where this happens though.
Where the Redskins trade back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know, I can see like the Jets even trying to trade up, just to make sure that we don't get them. I don't know. Like I seriously see it happening.
And if that doesn't happen, I've seen a lot of mock drafts with us taking Randy Gregory from Nebraska. So that's definitely a possibility to replace Arakpo.
I feel like we really need to beef up our offensive line. Whatever.
Yeah.
This is two Redskins.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Both lines. Yeah.
I mean,
we have lots of
We
room
need
for
help.
improvement.
We need help.
Which is why
the Redskins just
we need help.
we should trade away like our first round pick and just
We
get,
need
like,
Scott McClellan to like take all those late round picks and do some Seattle, San Francisco
Yes.
miracle like he did with those teams.
Maybe
so.
we could just swap out our rosters with them.
Yeah, can we trade our teams?
That would be nice.
Just keep the
Trade
names.
teams.
Just keep
all
the
the
names.
Redskins go over to San Francisco.
I don't know why they'd agree to that, but I'm down. All right. Well, I think we've covered everything that ever happened at the Combine.
Do we want to talk about our dinguses of the week real quick?
real quick.
All right, real quick.
My dingus of the week, Jared Taylor. Jared Terrell, sorry, not Taylor.
Jared Terrell.
Jared Terrell,
Rhode Island.
I'm sorry, but we're gonna give you the business. We're gonna make some signs next year with your tweets on them. So
All right. And for me, my dingus of the week, that guy, the referee that called the offensive foul on Richard Jefferson. That was a straight up posterized Vine dunk right there. All clean.
Shameful. My dingus of the week, I'm going to harp on Sam Hinkie, the GM for the Sixers. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Sam, I know you're watching this. Why?
we know everyone in the sports world is
Why?
watching this.
Please, Sam. Please. Okay. All right. Dingus is covered.
Yes.
Combine covered. Deadline covered. Mason basketball covered. Pressbox. I'm Nathan LaPierre.
Well, I will gotta give a shout out to our swim team. I think the men's team came in third at the A10 championship, and women's team came in sixth.
Didn't track team come in second?
I don't know. I just saw this.
I think I saw something about the track team coming in second.
Well,
both of them.
That's good.
So, shout outs to the track
Yes.
team. If y'all didn't come in second, y'all gonna come.
Y'all gonna come in second.
Y'all are gonna do well.
Yes.
Okay.
I have no more shout outs or Jared Terrell. Whatever. You go. You got it.
Okay. Now that we've covered everything, with the Pressbox, I'm Nathan LaPierre.
I'm Brendan Randolph.
And I'm Matt Newman.
See you next time.
Press on.
And press on.